Welcome to News Update with Dr. Mitchell Bard.
I'm Lisa Snider with the American-Israeli Cooperative Enterprise, and we're here today with Dr. Mitchell Bard for a news update. Dr. Bard, there's a new unity government in Israel. What does this mean?
Well, it's really quite an earthquake that's happened in Israel. Just overnight, practically, we went from expecting a new election in Israel to forming a government that is the most stable in Israel's history, involving the leading rival party, Kadima, with its leader Shaul Mofaz. And this new government now creates unprecedented opportunities for Israel to address some of its most pressing problems.
Will one of those issues be the economy?
Undoubtedly, the economy is a key issue around the world, and in Israel, last summer there were widespread protests over concern about the growing gap between the rich and poor in Israel. And this new unity government will give an opportunity to take some of the hard steps and new measures that will hopefully help resolve the problem and bring this gap much closer.
Tell us about the Tal law.
Well, going back to the early days of the State of Israel, there was a decision made that ultra-Orthodox Jews would not have to serve in the military. Over the years, the number of exempt yeshiva students has grown to the point where many Israelis feel that they're taking on an unfair burden of the national security of Israel. And so there's now a consensus growing among this unity government that a change needs to be made so that more ultra-Orthodox Jews serve either in the military or in public service.
How will the new government affect Israel's relationship with Iran?
Well, Iran remains probably the most important issue, and the government of Israel has been waiting for the international community to take measures to prevent Iran from developing nuclear weapons. And it's not clear that those are working. And this new unity government, which includes 3 former Israeli chiefs of staff, now has the kind of defense background to make an informed decision as to what the best course of action Israel will have for trying to prevent Iran from threatening not only Israel, but the region itself.
How about the peace process?
Well, again, the peace process is a top priority. Israelis want peace more than anything else. And having this strong coalition gives the government the opportunity to take some of the risks for peace that it might not otherwise be able to do if it was a narrower coalition. And already they've called on Mahmoud Abbas of the Palestinians to come to negotiations without preconditions. And the hope is that he will finally do so after 3 years of avoiding negotiations. Peace talks will continue, and hopefully it will result in a 2-state solution.
Thank you, Dr. Bard, for taking the time to talk to us today. Do you have questions for Dr. Mitchell Bard? If so, write us on Facebook, Twitter, and check out our YouTube channel.